Hello, this week we're working on 2.N.1.2, and that standard says we're going to use our knowledge of number relationships to locate the position of a given number on an open number line up to 100. Can you count up to 100? If you can't, you need to practice. So if you're working on a project for a class where you're asked to tell about events of your life, how do you keep it in order? You're going to make a timeline. It's a number line with numbers standing for each year of your age. Then you can write the events that you remember for each. And you use the number line to keep everything in order. Remember, our whole numbers are numbers we count: 0, 1, 2, 3, 67, 68, 69, 70. Those are whole numbers, not 1/4. They're whole numbers, and they're not negative numbers. And then the number line, this is your number line right here. And it can have any numbers on it depending on what you're doing. So look at this number line. There are some numbers labeled 12, 16, 20. But there are other numbers not labeled, like 13, 14. So to complete the number line, we start from the left, just like when we read, we start over here on the left and go across, just like you read a book. So what number would come after 12? 13. You know that 13 is after 12, but before 14. And then we'd have 15. And then we get to 16, which is labeled. So you know that you're correct since 16 comes after 15. So continue with what comes after 16. The next numbers would be what? Say it with me. We have 16. What number would be next? 17, 18, 19. And then the last number is given, and it's what? 20. Good job. Okay, so we're going to do some practice with this, okay? So you need to go grab your whiteboard. If you don't have your whiteboard, get a piece of paper, and we'll do this together, okay? So we have this number line. Draw this number line on your paper or on your whiteboard. So you're just going to draw a line. It has little arrows at the end, and you're going to put 28 right in the middle. So look at the middle and put the number 28. And then your first line on the left is going to say 24, and your last one on the right is going to say 32. And then you're going to make 1, 2, 3 dashes between 24 and 28, and 1, 2, 3 dashes between 28 and 32. So pause the video a second so you can get your number line on your whiteboard or on your paper. And then once you've got that written, unpause the video and come back to our lesson. Okay, you have your number line written, I hope. So to complete this number line, ask what number comes after 24. What number comes after 24? You know this, right? What is it? 25, right? So the missing number is 25. And then what will this one be? 26. And this one will be, what, 27? And then this is already given, so we know that we're correct because 28 comes after 27. So then what are the next missing numbers? We have 29, 30. What's this one? 31. And then 32 is given so that we know that we're correct because that's a given one. Since 32 comes after 31, we know that we're correct. Good job. Okay, we're going to do some more. So you don't have to draw these numbers on your whiteboard or your paper unless it just helps you, okay? So if you need to draw them, pause the video and then copy these 3 down, but you shouldn't need to do that. So we're going to fill in the missing numbers on the number lines. So on your whiteboard or on your paper, I want you to put number 1, and then you're going to write the missing numbers. So we have 65, 69, 73. So you're going to tell me what these 3 dashes are and what these 3 dashes are. Put number 2 on your whiteboard. And you're going to tell me the 3 numbers. I'm sorry, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 numbers between 35 and 40. And then the 4 numbers between 40 and 45. Number 3. You have 67 and 72. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are the 4 numbers missing between 67 and 72? Look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are the 4 numbers missing between 72 and 77? So pause your video, put these on your whiteboard, and then put the answer for each one. So write down number 1, and then you're going to put the first answer. What's the first answer? 65. What comes next? 66. So you're going to write 66 and the missing number. So pause the video and do that, and then come back, and I'll go over the answers with you, and you're going to check to see if you're correct, okay? So pause that video and work on those 3 problems right now. Let's check your answers. So you should have your missing numbers for number 1 are 66, 67, 68. Is that what you have? Then we have 69 is given. Then we have 70, 71, 72, and then 73 is given. Okay, so your numbers should look like this. Okay, what about the next one? We have 35, 40, and 45 given to us. This time you had to find 4 between the 2 numbers. So we knew 35. We have 36, 37, 38, 39, and then we have 40 here. And then what do you have next? 41, 42, 43, and 44. Is that what you have? That's correct if that's what you have. Okay, last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had to find 4 numbers in this one too. What did you find? Was your first number 68? So yours should look like this. You should have written down 68, 69, 70, 71, and then 72 was given. That's how we know we're on track. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. If you got any of those wrong, you just need to practice counting from 0 to 100 every day and have someone help you that knows how to count those numbers so that they know if you skip one. So it's really important that you know how to count from 0 to 100 in 2nd grade. At the beginning of 2nd grade, we'll get bigger as we go on, but it's really important to know right now. So make sure every day you practice if you got any of those wrong so that you know how to count from 0 to 100. Okay, you ready to move on? Okay, look at this next one. On your whiteboard, you can write number 4 and number 5. It's multiple choice. So you're going to identify the missing number. Look, on this one, we only get 2 numbers given. So you need to know how to count those bigger numbers. So which one is it? What is missing here? So take a second and count these lines and see which this one is. See where the question mark is? It wants to know what this one is. So is that 65, 66, 67, 68? So take a second, pause the video, and find your answer and write A, B, C, or D down on your whiteboard. Let's count these together. 61, then we go 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Is that one of our answers? Yes, that's C. Did you get C? If you didn't, you just need to practice counting those higher numbers, okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Let's look at number 5. So we get the number 45, and we get the number 55, and it wants us to know what this number is. So take a second, pause the video, and then see if it's A, B, C, or D. Okay, take a second and look at that now. Pause the video. Okay, so what did you get? We have 45, 46, 47, 48. A. So if you got A, 48, you are correct. Good job. Look at this number 6 and number 7. We have a number line that tells us we know the 47 and we know 55. And on number 7, we know 77 and 85. So what number is the question mark on? So take a second, look through their answers. And is it A, B, C, or D? Pause the video and take a second to answer number 6 and number 7. Okay. I hope you got the correct answer. Let's count it out. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. So you should have gotten D, 52 on number 7. On number 6, I'm sorry. Look at number 7. We know 77 and 85. So 77, 78, 79, 80. The question mark is on number 80B. Did you get that correct? If you didn't, you just need to practice counting those bigger numbers, okay? That's okay. You got to just practice every day. The next section is similar, but instead of the question mark, we have blue dots and gold stars. So what number, which of these lines, you're going to have to look at all the lines, shows the blue circle on 74? So all of our lines are the same. They all start with 68 and end with 76. Okay, and it wants to know where 74 is. Well, there's two ways I can do this. I can count forward: 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. So I am looking for a blue dot that's laying on this line. That looks like C, doesn't it? Let's check it. 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. Okay. Now there is another way to do this. We can do it. That was kind of like addition. We can do it by subtraction if we can count backwards, because it wants to know 74. And we have 76, so I know that those numbers are close. So I can go 76, 75, 74. That looks like this one. Is this the same one? See? Yeah, we get the same answer. So you can either count forward or backwards on these. Try number 9 and 10 on your own. Start with number 9. Which number line shows the star on 55? So pause the video and figure that one out. You can either go count forward or count backwards. Take a second and decide if it's A, B, C, or D. Okay, what do you think? We want in the number 55. So we have 52, 53, 54, 55. So it's this first one. A, did you get A? Okay, let's look at the hearts. Which one shows on 92? So we have 90 and 98. Well, I wouldn't want to count backwards on this because I know that 92 is closer to 90 than 98. So this first heart is on 90. This third heart is on 90, 91, 92, 93. So that's the number they want. 90, 91. That's not what we're looking for. So it's got to be this one, 90, 91, 92. Did you get D for this? Good. Okay. That's all for our lesson this week. You'll have some independent practice to work on. So get really good at counting all the way to 100, okay? And make sure you don't miss any numbers. You got to know all of those. All right, I'll see you guys soon.